when we're playing When You Got a Good Friend, this is the Eric Clapton version of the Robert Johnson song. We started off by talking about turnarounds, connecting the, we started on page 4 of our turnaround section, which starts with the turnaround E7 in this third position, going chromatically down to E flat 7, to D7, and then play E major. The rule was we have 3 dominant 7 chords going down chromatically, and then when you run into what would be the next inversion of E, we have to switch the shape of this guy to a real E chord, or else we end up with this. We'll end up with an F on the top, and it'll sound wacky. So as a rule, that works to use 3 of the same kind of chord and resolve to the next shape. If you did it in a higher position, you do this. 1, 2, 3, and then the 4th one. Or 1, 2, 3. Or this one, you could... Always works. So what we did, the first turnaround goes like this. Turnaround is referring to the 11th and 12th bar of a 12-bar blues. On the first beat of the 11th bar, we play the low note or the root. And then we're going to play, this one is going to do those same chords with a triplet. I go down, up, down on each of these. And then to fancy up the E, I'm going to hammer through the flat to the major third. Then I pop out the root, and I walk from A chromatically to B. Which sounds like this. 3, 4, 1. Now, number 2 does the same thing, but it takes away the finger from the high string and uses the E as a common tone going. And I do for the picking on this, down, up, down, up. 3 and 4, going root, then I do the same walk. Number 3 is going to use the common tone E, but up the octave, and we're going to take the strongest resolution from the first 2, which was this, which are the notes D, the flat 7, to C sharp, to C, to B. That's the flat 7 going chromatically through the major to minor 6 to the perfect 5th. And it goes like this, going 1. At this point, because the string spacing is getting bigger, you might want to start using your middle finger for the high string, or use upstrokes. Does the same thing, but with simpler picking. This one you have to use a finger. And then the last one, number 5, takes that down an octave and goes D to E, C sharp, C, B, and there's your B7. Now when Clapton plays the hardest bars for you guys are going to be the first 4, unfortunately. And what's going to happen is this. You have 2 options in your right hand. You could either use the pick in the finger, or put the pick down, or stick it between your fingers like this, and use, and I put mine between 2 and 3 if I need to do that, and then use 2 fingers and a pick. I'm going to try to play it with just the pick and a finger, and it's going to go like this. We're going to find on the D string, the note D, the common tone E on the top, then C sharp, then C, down to B, just like this simpler one. But we're going to add the A string to it. That's what makes it hard. This is what it sounds like, going 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 2. Now, if you did that, you might want to, it might be too tricky to do with the pick and fingers. I'll play that one more with the pick and fingers. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4, slide and 2. Now the pinky goes top and 4. Now if that gets to be too tricky, you guys, what you could do to simplify it is take away the A string and it'll sound like this. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and 2 and 2. A lot easier fingering than. After that it goes like this. You've got the 1 chord, E chord, riff. Walking to B, A7, turn around, at that point you're on the second to bottom line, and we would go back and play the A section again. The bottom line is another turnaround that's actually the coda of the song that works, but it's just to end it going. There it goes. Oh, sorry, go ahead. Which is the very end of the song. I'm going to go through the first page one more time, just a tiny bit slower, and then I'll try a little bit on the solo. How are we doing on time on this? Good. Not run out yet. So we're going. And and remember that if that A string becomes a pain in your neck, take the A string out and just do it with the D string. But I'm going to do this one with all of them. And if it's hard to do with pick and finger, put the pick here, and then all of a sudden you've got more things you can do going 1 and a 2 and a 3 and 4 and 2. Under these, you see a lot of this. But in between, we're doing this. You're embellishing each of the chord with a chord 4 notes away. E to A to E. Then the A plays A to D to A. And then back to the E. And then it does the same thing for the A. D to A. So let's pause this guy. That's probably enough stuff to go over, but if you want, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do just a really fast recording of me just playing through the solo, so you'll have the timing on it. short recording, like 1 minute of the solo. Going 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4, playing. And 3 and 4, then. But you notice the first thing in there is the same as this. It's the E7 chord, but up the octave. And he resolves it just like, right? It's very similar to the turnaround sound. Then he plays it really great over the A chord. That's out of the E blues scale. So that's a cool scale. Kind of a neat solo on that one. So look at the solo if you get a chance. If not, don't sweat. You got plenty of other things to look at too. Okay?